first medical marijuana shop opened this summer after the Board of Health unanimously approves its license. Plus, a central Massachusetts man collecting messages for the state's next governor. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemmon. The city of Worcester could see its first medical marijuana dispensary as early as next month. Good Chemistry says now, since they have received their license, they are excited to join downtown's business atmosphere. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us now with the details. Brittany?
Olivia, within the past hour, Good Chemistry received the final state's approval. Now the CEO says they're going to finish up construction and will open in the next few weeks. Worcester's first medical marijuana license is approved by the Board of Health.
Obviously, this is very new for Massachusetts, certainly new to Worcester, so we wanted to make sure that we started this process the right way.
The first license comes almost 6 years after Massachusetts voters approved the legalization of medical marijuana. Karen Clark is the director of the Worcester Division of Public Health. She says the regulations are strict.
It really did take a long time, but we feel very confident on the local level that we crossed all the T's and dotted the I's to make sure that this would be a success and that we were starting off on the right foot.
With their license secure, Good Chemistry is wasting no time. The facility on Harrison Street is set to open on August 2nd.
We're doing the finishing touches. We have received all of our licenses at this point from the state and the city.
The Colorado-based company says Worcester is a location close to their hearts.
I actually have some connection to Worcester. My aunt and uncle lived there for 25 years, and my grandparents moved there 15 years ago. So I spent quite a bit of time in Worcester through the years, and to get the first medical marijuana license in the city makes myself and my family very proud.
I think because we're the second largest city in New England, and having a lot going on here, and there's, really this renaissance that's happening. I think a lot of people, who would want this will be able to get it conveniently here in Worcester instead of having to travel.
The city says they expect to approve more medical marijuana licenses in the next few months. As for Good Chemistry, they also hope to be the city's first recreational marijuana shop, but say it could take some time. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
The Cannabis Control Commission is looking at possible sites for its new headquarters in Worcester. The agency is conducting site visits and plans to finalize the selection process by the fall. The CCC oversees the state's marijuana industry. They also plan on finding a satellite office in Boston. Walking across the state with not much on him besides a pen and pad of paper. A central Massachusetts man is collecting messages for the state's next governor. Our Chandler Walsh joins us now with more on his journey. Chandler?
Olivia, BJ Hill lives in Holden and teaches in Worcester, but this month he's walking all the way from Williamstown to Provincetown. BJ Hill walks through East Brookfield. It's part of his 3-week trip across the state. He's hiking 250 miles on foot, gathering handwritten letters for the next elected Massachusetts governor. Hill says he came up with the idea years ago when he felt a disconnect between elected officials and residents.
It feels like right after the election or soon after the election, unfortunately, people get busy, politicians get busy, and they kind of forget about their smaller towns in the Commonwealth.
Hill is meeting hundreds of people in the communities he visits. Thursday, it was a group of seniors at East Brookfield Baptist Church. He's asking them to write one thing they want to say to the governor in his notebook. He says the big themes this year seem to be healthcare and immigration.
Being able to write in the book, I think, is an extension of our freedom to let our opinions be known.
There's no agenda for Hill. He says he's not pushing any candidate or cause.
It's just whatever anyone wants to write. It's a blank page.
Hill walked across the state 2 times before the 2006 and 2014 elections. He gave Governor Charlie Baker his last notebook and says he was enthusiastic to read it.
I think that had he not had something to do later on that afternoon, he probably would have sat and read each page one by one.
Hill meets people in popular town spots, but encourages anyone to stop him if they have a message for the next governor.
Just beep the horn, pull over, and yeah, I'll have a page and a pen for you.
Hill finishes his walk on July 27th. You can follow along with the rest of his journey on his website and Twitter, Walk Across Mass. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
A Worcester College president is chosen to serve on the National Science Foundation panel. Worcester Polytechnic Institute President Lori Leshen is one of 18 members who will serve on the panel. The National Science Foundation STEM Advisory Board will advise government agencies about STEM education and its importance to the country. Leshen says she is honored to be chosen.
About training the next generation of innovators and doing that in a way that both gives them the skills they need for today, say that new programming language or a new cure for a disease, but also teaches them how to do it in ways that are timeless, how to understand people's needs.
And President Leshen is the only college president to be named to the panel. A common place for car accidents in Worcester is Kelly Square. The intersection topped Mass DOT's intersection crash list between 2013 and 2015. 294 crashes took place during the 2-year period, beating the next intersection by more than 100. And people who work nearby say they have a view of it all.
Yeah, all the time. I see all the time. Sometimes I see people get hit on bikes. Some cars stop and the next cars don't stop.
The list also looks at how many times someone was hurt as well as how bad the damage was in the crash. The strip between Kelly Square and Water Street saw 62 injuries during the detailed time span. Well, you can find all sorts of things for sale on Brimfield Common this week. The town's antique flea market is back for its second show of the year. It's the oldest outdoor antique event with thousands of booths. The 5-day flea market attracts people from all over the country. Holden resident Gene Pratt and his wife have been coming to every show for the past 10 years and came again with a strategy.
This is what she likes to do, so I say, let's go. We've bypassed, I want to say 50% of the place, only because you could not do this in one day. We kind of know where we want to go and where some of the stuff that we want is going to be.
And the flea market runs until Sunday afternoon and is back again in September. They've only been in the city for about 2 years, but the Worcester Railers Hockey Club has made a name for themselves. And as our Gretchen LaRosa explains, the team is still expanding their brand.
With exactly 100 days until their season opener, the Railers are doing all they can to push their brand across Worcester and generate traction for their team in the off-season.
They're thinking Railers 2.0, it's going to be bigger, better, building off the momentum we built in year one.
The Railers Tavern is teaming up with Wachusett Brewing Company to create a backyard beer garden in downtown Worcester.
If you drive by here after work or Friday night, Saturday night, this place is packed. It's everyone down here having a good time, enjoying the summer. So this has been a great, another opportunity to expand, getting people in Worcester.
The Brew Yard is an outdoor addition to the Railers Tavern, with Wachusett Brewing Company contributing an Airstream trailer bar. It offers nearly a dozen of their handcrafted beers and a variety of cocktails. The Backyard Brewery is another extension of the Railers' expanding family-friendly business and brand. A big part of their mission is to create more foot traffic in the center of town.
It's a pretty cool area of Worcester. It gets nice ambiance, and you can, see the people driving by, walking by, and it gets a, good vibe. You feel like you're a real part of the community here.
The Railers have made their name in the community, occupying a large portion of the downtown area. While it's hockey's off-season, the team is still finding creative ways to expand.
Railers Tavern is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, all week. The Brew Yard specifically is open Monday through Friday. After work, people can come back here. And then Saturday, Sunday, this is open all day long as Railers Tavern's open.
Now, hockey teams are typically concerned with re-signing players and building their rosters at this time of year. But unlike other teams, the Railers have a real investment in the downtown Worcester area. Olivia?
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Gretchen. And dozens at the Worcester Common Oval Thursday enjoying today's warm weather and a concert. Today's concert and farmers market is part of Worcester's Out to Lunch event. The 10-week concert series features different bands, performers, artists, and food trucks on the Oval. The concert series and farmers market runs each Thursday from 11 to 2.